The canceling of Colbert by CBS represents, quote, this is what Jon Stewart said. This represents, quote, the fear and pre-compliance that is gripping all of America's institutions at this very moment, institutions that have chosen not to fight. What do we say to that? Because as so many of us know, the first rule of resisting tyranny is don't obey in advance.
That's right.
Stewart called that pre-compliance and said correctly, this is not the moment to cave, this is the moment to fight. And to answer that guy's point, no matter what is happening on CBS's spreadsheets or balance sheets, this is not the moment for them to preemptively cave to a wannabe dictator. This is not the moment for them to feed into corruption. However, as we all know, and as Stephen Colbert pointed out on Monday, while they are fretting about their balance sheet, they unnecessarily wrote a check for $16 million and put it in Donald Trump's pocket rather than challenge a bogus lawsuit that even they said, quote, was completely without merit. Completely without merit, yet they wasted $16 million. Why? Well, just 3 days after Stephen Colbert last week went on the air and called that a big, fat bribe aimed at greasing the wheels of a merger between CBS's corporate parent Paramount and Skydance, they canceled his #1 rated late night talk show, right? Yes. And now, as Colbert said at the time about their pre-capitulation, as they're obeying in advance, their reason for caving will not be found in a memo. But their decision to cancel Colbert reeks of cowardice and political corruption at a time when too many people are bowing in advance. What do we say to that? We're also showing solidarity with the CBS employees who have spoken out in recent days and said this will have a chilling effect on freedom of speech all across America. Those are the stakes. And we are about to hear from some of the 250,000 people who signed the SaveColbert.org petition. But before introducing those speakers, I want to again thank Indivisible and say that we are thrilled that SaveColbert.org was endorsed by and promoted to their supporters by some members of Congress, including Ro Khanna from California, Ted Lieu, Mark Pocan, Shelley Pingree, Eric Swalwell, Mike Levin, and our friend Katie Porter all endorsed this petition. Nearly a dozen ally groups banded together to promote the Save Colbert campaign. Round of applause for all of them. We're also going to hear at this rally from Assemblyman Tony Simone and Councilman Eric Botcher, who both represent this area. And before we turn over to them, I should say that after the speeches, we're going to march several blocks that way to the corporate office of CBS and Paramount to personally deliver the petitions. We're making clear to them that the pressure is not going away, and that's why after today's event and petition delivery, there will be 2 more steps in our campaign immediately following. One, starting tomorrow, a billboard truck will be going around and around the CBS Paramount office with a growing number of people listed as having signed the petition to let them know the pressure is growing and the public is not going away. People can sign the petition at SaveColbert.org. Thank you for that extra plug. The second tactic is over 40,000 people have told us on the petition page that they are subscribers to Paramount Plus and they will be canceling their subscription. For example, Joseph O'Brien from Virginia wrote a note to us and said, "My favorite shows for over 20 years have been on CBS, including Letterman and Colbert every night. I will have to change over to ABC. I canceled my Paramount Prime this week. Keep Colbert and keep me at CBS." So, once again, big picture, in the face of tyranny, we are making clear to institutions who are thinking about caving, hoping that there is no public accountability or reaction, that they better think again. Today, by showing solidarity and delivering 250,000 petition signatures to CBS, we are making clear the public was watching and accountability is here. We are fighting against tyranny and for freedoms for all Americans, including freedom of speech for one Mr. Stephen Colbert. With that, we're going to hear from 3 signers of the petition and then 2 awesome public officials. So first I want to bring up Susan Stahl, who has watched Colbert for nearly 3 decades and signed the SaveColbert.org petition. Susan, come on up.
You're not news, you're Fox.
I know, but you're just not getting.
Hi everyone, I'm
You're fake
Susan
news.
Stahl, and I am a proud viewer of Stephen Colbert's Late Show from night 1. Last week, my son got an alert on his phone, and he told me that the show had been canceled. And it was a shock response. No, this can't be so. How could this be? And so I will say this is what immediately sparked me. I'm a member of Indivisible's Lower East Side, Lower Manhattan. And what sparked me is something needs to be done. And so what stands out for me, and I'm sure everyone here, this country needs dissenting voices. This country has comedians secondary to journalists who are now being infringed on free speech, the bedrock of this democracy. We see it eroding. This is another sign of that. And I will say, the financial decision was clearly based on money they can earn from this deal. It had nothing to do, as we all know, we had a #1 show, we had increases in viewership, if anything. We know how bogus and sinister this decision actually was. Save Colbert, save dissenting voices. That's all I have to say.